Tell me if you've ever heard this statement, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. And if you've heard it, you probably heard it from a grandparent or some other boomer in your life. Now, there's a new statement going around. The great wealth transfer is about to happen. Who is going to transfer it and when is it going to happen? Because I need some, right? All these questions I'm going to try to answer and give some context to in today's video. Hi, my name is Adrian and this is Always Talk Money. I like to talk money as it relates to everyday life. I don't have any investing tips or get rich quick schemes, just a candid conversation amongst friends. Welcome and let's get into the video. So as I said in the intro, you probably heard this pull yourself up by the bootstrap statement from a boomer. And this great wealth transfer that's going to happen, I'm presuming everybody is thinking because of the boomers. They are about to retire. They're about to, transition to the upper room. We don't want to be too morbid. A lot of people are looking at them to see what they're going to hand down. Collectively, according to CNBC, boomers have $68 trillion in wealth. 68 trillion. Boomers are by far the wealthiest generation of people to ever exist on the planet. They came of age during the Industrial Revolution, of course, and they saw unprecedented wealth gained during the last 40 to 50 years. And that turned the US of A into a global economic powerhouse. That all sounds great, right? If you have a boomer in your life, let that wealth rain down and transfer on us. Unfortunately, in life, it is real, and it doesn't always work like that. The great wealth transfer may not happen, at least not to the extent that we think it's going to. If you're 45 and below, life has probably been kicking you in the ass. And no, there's no cursing on this channel. It's a family channel, but that's how serious it is. People are struggling to buy homes, pay off student loans, starting a family. The wages aren't keeping up with the cost of inflation. There's a recession and a lot of layoffs happening as well. Life is just generally hard for you. And as a 31-year-old myself, I am not exempt. Quite frankly, everything is hard, adulting is hard, and that is on purpose. What if I told you the rich get richer and the poor get poorer is designed to happen exactly how it's happening? This is where the video gets interesting in my opinion. So if you're liking it so far, please leave a thumbs up and please subscribe. We're trying to get those subscribers up. But I want you to consider something for a minute. Consider the fact that boomers like this bootstrap rhetoric, get it out the mud, get it on your own, and so on and so forth. Are these the same people you think are going to be overly charitable with their wealth when they try to retire and transition out of the universe? Do you think they're going to collectively hand down $68 trillion worth of wealth to us? Consider the fact that boomers are the majority of the voters in this country. Also consider the fact that voting leads to the tax laws that we have, corporation laws that we have, and also the people we have in office are mostly boomers. They have an agenda to further their collective wealth. So when you put two and two together, getting it on your own with the bootstrap rhetoric and the fact that they vote for tax laws and wealth laws that benefit them, it's basically like they made it to the top of the mountain and they pulled the ladder up so that no one could climb up behind them. You know who can't climb up behind them? Us. Because in their mind, they got it the hard way. They bootstrapped their way to a better life, and so should you. But let's examine that for a second. The boomers got it out the mud. Consider the fact that when they were young, the average home price was $50,000. Consider the fact that when they were in college, the average annual tuition was around $5,000, and that's including room and board. Those two things, in my opinion, are a major competitive advantage. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, because if you look at what our average home prices are and what our average college tuition is, you can see that there's no way we were able to compete on the level that they competed on. Just in case you guys think I'm reading too much into this, Alliant did a survey, and according to them, over half of millennials, 52%, expect to receive an inheritance of $350,000 or more. Those same people did a survey and they surveyed boomers, and 55% of them said that they expect to leave $250,000 or less. Or less. Heavy on the or less, okay guys? So that's hard data to kind of back up what I'm conjecturing. But also, the life expectancy of boomers have gone up since they were young, right? Modern medicine has helped that. And so a lot of them are rationing out their wealth over time because they expect to live longer than previously thought. So that's a big thing. If they live longer, that money has to stretch somehow, especially when they leave the workforce. They're going to keep that money until their dying breath. And by the end of that dying breath, there might not be any money to be had. Moreover, we might already be getting some of that inheritance in current times, because about 40% of boomers are said to be supporting their adult children. Add in recessions, geopolitical issues, and scams that are on the internet and such, wiping out entire fortunes overnight, there is a chance that we might get to the end of the rainbow and there is no gold to be had. So, with this great wealth transfer, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going to be receiving inheritance and such. But when you think about the confluence of events that has happened in the world, how the world has changed over the last 10 to 20 years, don't expect that whole 68 trillion to trickle down to us or the younger generation. It's just not going to happen that way, in my opinion. Especially if that wealth, that $68 trillion worth of wealth, is to be sent down by people who vehemently live by this bootstrap mentality. They're going to think you're some spoiled, needy, ungrateful, lazy millennial just looking for a handout, looking for their money. And human nature says that people always choose themselves. People always choose self-preservation. And so if they're living longer, that money has to stretch. If there's issues going on with the world that can wipe out entire fortunes overnight, they might be a lot more cautious. And if things are hard for us as well, and we're begging our parents for money before they can give us a full inheritance, then you kind of understand and follow what I'm saying. So this great wealth transfer, don't buy into the hype so much. Thanks for watching.